Hello and welcome to Richmond TV's Community Focus. I'm your host, Jason Robbins. We have a great show for you lined up today. We have the Richmond High School Varsity cheerleading team here, and then we also have Dave Bowman from the Richmond Little League to come talk about registration. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Richmond TV's Community Focus. With me now is Jordan Anthony, Kelly Mathis, and Anna Marshall, all part of the Richmond High School Varsity cheer team. Kelly, you're the coach. How is it going for this season?
Really good. We've been going now since November 5th, so it's been not quite a month, but it's off to a really good start.
Now, how many students usually participate in varsity competitive cheer?
We have 30 this year on our team, so pretty big team.
What's the normal amount that you normally have?
In the last recent years, we've been anywhere from 22 to a couple years ago, we actually had 37. So this is our second biggest team we've ever had. Okay.
So competitive cheer is specifically for the winter season. So do you have a lot of the same students show up from the fall season, going from football into competitive cheer?
Yes, pretty much it's basically the same. There's usually a couple kids that may cheer during football season and then decide to do something else in the winter, or a couple of kids who may not have cheered during football that end up coming back for the season.
Okay. Now, Jordan, how many years have you been with the Richmond cheer team?
Well, I was in middle school cheer, and then I've been on the varsity team for 4 years.
Oh wow! So you've been really with the program for a very long time.
Yeah.
So how has it affected you as a student to be part of the competitive cheer team?
Well, it's taught me a lot of things like teamwork and leadership, and I don't know, it just makes me all around like a better person, I think.
Do you have a favorite moment from being in cheer?
Definitely the state finals from 2018. I feel like we were all really proud of the outcome, and we all worked really hard, and it was just a really good feeling.
Are you sad that this is going to be your last year?
Yeah.
Are you going to come back and help the team at all?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sorry for putting you on the spot there for that one. Kelly, so how many state competitions have you been a part of?
Oh, geez. Well, this is my 29th year coaching.
Okay.
And I have been to the state finals every year except for 3.
And how many of those have you won?
Been a state champion 3 times.
Nice. It's always what we like to hear in Richmond.
Yeah.
And the big thing about competitive cheer, from what I hear around town, is just, and go into the different events, is just how good the team is. I mean, they're right up there with our wrestling team, and how many times you guys have been to states and how many times you guys have won. So it's very impressive to see all the banners up there, and it's got to be a huge part of pride for you and all the girls that are part of the program.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm starting my 11th year at Richmond, and out of those 11 years, we've had 2 state championships and 5 runner-ups and 3 top 3 finishes.
Okay. So Anna, how long have you been a part of the program?
2 years and like a half. I did football season last year, but I didn't come back for winter. But I've been here in the program for 2 years. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you gravitate towards cheer?
My sisters and the commitment that we have to take, and just being a team.
What's been your favorite moment so far?
Everything. I like it.
You just okay.
Yeah, everything.
That's a good enough response. You know, that really tells you how much the program affects you when you can't place out one moment that you love. That it's the entire program. So how do you come up with the routines?
Oh boy, it's a process. Mm-hmm. Every year, the state finals is the first weekend in March.
Okay.
We come back, and within a couple of days, my assistant coaches and I are firing text messages back and forth about words that we've already come up with and different things that have happened. So we kind of keep a notebook of ideas all through the summer and football season and start formulating in our heads what we want things to look like. And a lot of it is based on, the kids' input too. They see things, they come up with ideas of their own, and we formulate things together. And then by the time competitive season rolls around, it's time to, put it all into place and see what works and see what doesn't.
Okay. So what are you looking forward to for the upcoming season?
Well, the thing that's really neat about this group and about this team is that we're taking the approach that you can't have a different outcome. You can't make changes if you don't have change, right? Without change, there is no change. So there's been a lot of things that we've done for years at a time that this year is just different. And, part of that is where we practice, what our schedule has been like, our approach to our material, our approach to our schedule. There's all kinds of little nuances that are different about everything that we're doing, and I think it's had a really good positive effect so far. So I'm really looking forward to see what happens with that.
Okay, I think the entire town is looking forward to seeing what you guys can do too. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
We have our home invitational on January 4th, which is the first Friday after they come back from Christmas break. And it's a home event. There's going to be close to 42 teams that are going to be there that night. So anybody that wants to come out and see the girls have their home opener, that would be fabulous.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. Up any information on the Richmond competitive cheer team on rhsbluedevils.com, and you can also go to their Facebook page, RHS Devil Cheer Fans, and look up for any of their information, for their schedule, and anything else that you need. We'll be right back with Dave Bowman from the Richmond Little League. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Richmond TV's Community Focus. With me now is Dave Bauman from the Richmond Little League. How you doing, Dave?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I know it's just the fall, but we want to make sure we get as many people registered
Absolutely.
for Little
Always
League
have
as
to think
possible.
about baseball.
Yep. So what's the registration dates?
Registration dates, we started online November 1st, so that's
Okay.
already been going on for a little while.
And what website do you go to really quick?
RichmondMichiganLittleLeague.com.
Okay.
I know it's a mouthful, but but there's a quick link on there also. So.
Okay.
But once you get on there, we also have, which that's mostly how I'd say about 95% of the people register, but we also have two on-site dates at our upper deck there above the concession stand. Those are the 16th and the 26th. That'll be a Wednesday and a Saturday. So the people that can't, that don't do it online, they're able to actually come up and we work through it and help you with everything you need to register.
Okay. And so registration goes until about March 2019?
Right around there. Yep. We always get a few stragglers at the end because everybody's not thinking about baseball all the time. So.
Right.
Yep.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the program? After the kids get registered, what happens then?
After they register, they'll be contacted by their coach. There's a draft May 4th, the draft will be. So then that's when all the teams and players are picked. Then you are actually contacted by your manager, and then the practice schedules come out. Then your coaches basically take it from there. And after that, practices start, and opening day will be May 4th this year.
Okay, and then at the Memorial Day parade, that's when they do their official swearing in too, right, for the kids?
Actually, that's not technically the official swearing in for them. That's the parade, and they walk down to Richmond Cemetery and they recite the pledge,
Okay.
Little League pledge. It's been a little light the past couple of years just because it's a holiday weekend, but we're trying to bring that back and make it a little bit bigger like it used to be.
Okay.
I remember being a kid, it was a big deal to walk in that parade, to go down
Yep.
there and recite the pledge, but it's a fun thing.
Yep, for sure. So why don't we talk a little about the history, the way it works. So you have the individual teams that all the kids are divided out into.
Yeah, your regular season Little League teams.
Yep,
correct.
and then you have a district team too. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
The district team, so basically that is a team that will be going on and playing surrounding districts. So Michigan is basically separated by 16 different districts. We are District 7. We're made up of 14 different teams in our district. So once you are part of the district team, which that is it's a board meeting basically, but with all the coaches, and each player is individually voted on. So that's how the district players are decided.
Right.
And then on to there, then you have district games. So depending on how big that district is, you might move into a regional or a sectional tournament, and then from there move on to states.
Oh, I remember not that long ago that the districts went pretty far in their tournament. Why don't you just?
Well, actually, back in 2009, we actually hosted the state tournament that year. District 7 was brought up. Each district for each age group, every 16 years, is allowed to have a shot at holding that title. Well, actually, we had it in 2009 here in Richmond, and our team actually won states that year.
That's
that year.
awesome.
Yeah, it was actually cool because it was the first boys Little League team from our district that has won a state championship. So that was a special year for us.
Oh yeah, for sure. So what about? So why don't we talk a little bit about the history now? So when was Little League started?
Well, Richmond Little League was started in 1957, and actually it was the first. They had 6 diamonds behind the Leage School is actually where the location was at first. And then about 20 years, 1973 is when we're at the current location.
Okay.
So originally there was our 4 diamonds there that we normally always see when we go by there, but there was just a 20 by 20 building, little concession stand, and then the past 20 years is when all the building's been going on. We've now had 6 diamonds. And now we have a batting cage. We have a facility in the background. So there's a lot of things been happening.
Yeah, it looks like we almost have a pro team back there.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're trying to get there. We're getting there.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that's about it as far as on my end.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dave, for joining me today.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Not a problem. So you can go to www.richmondmichigantlittleleague.com to register or to find any other info on Richmond Little League. They also have a Facebook and Instagram, as usual. With anything that any information that we have, if you're watching this on YouTube, they'll be in the description below. Don't forget, registration goes until March 2019, so don't forget to sign up your kids. Thanks for being with. You can also catch Richmond TV on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search Richmond TV, and then you should will be brought up to date with all of our new latest videos. Click subscribe to get alerted on those also. You can also catch us on Richmond TV on Comcast Channel 6, and thank you for joining us today.